What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel as well as on Twitch, so make sure you come by and say hello. This video is also brought to you by my music, which is available anywhere you stream music under the name Aftersound. And I do have a new song out recently called Tides, so check it out. Let me know what you think, and I appreciate the support. All right, guys, I just want to check in here on the Trade Hub, and more specifically, the DEC burn we have seen from the Trade Hub, because we are now roughly 5 months into this. So you can see, well, I guess we were burning stuff before, but 5 months into 1.75 being out, right? So for example, if I go all the way here, you can see the first date given is March 20th. We just passed August 20th, so again, roughly 5 months. And what you'll see is this dotted line going up and to the right is the cumulative amount of DEC being burned. And if I go all the way to the top here, let's just see where we end up at 9.29, we'll just call it 9.3 million DEC that has been burned as a consequence of people using the liquidity pools for land specifically, right? Now, here's the thing. This line is relatively straight and up and to the right. You know, like, sure, there was a little bit of time here, maybe when Conclave Arcana first came out, and there's a lot of black foil potions, midnight potions. So you can see that there's a little bit of a bump there, but for the most part, it's a relatively straightforward line, which means I can just use, or linear line is the word I was looking for. We can kind of use that and say, all right, you know, 9 million divided by roughly 5 months. I mean, we're looking at maybe if I round up, like 2 million DEC that is getting burned per month just from the liquidity pools. Now, 2 million might sound like a lot, but all in all, it's not really that much. I mean, you know, it's like $2,000 worth of value that's actually getting burned or used for fees, which is kind of cool if you think about it. But at the end of the day, like, there's so much DEC out in the ecosystem, and we would need to see a significant amount more volume within the land ecosystem and the land LPs in order for this to become a significant amount of DEC that's getting burned and something that's creating a very positive impact for the ecosystem. Now, I don't want to say that it's a non-zero thing, right? Or that it's insignificant. I mean, look, 9, 10 million DEC, that's still 10 million DEC that we would have had to burn or lock up in one other way. So the fact that we are seeing this, in the long run, it is going to be helpful. But this is what gets me excited for as we move towards more things on land. And more specifically, if we get to a point where we start to see other aspects added on land, like potentially buildings, right, in 2.0, or even other resources that might come in, or let's say, for example, with these land cards that come out, maybe you'll need to change some of your land plots to use Cinder, or to create or have a worksite that creates Cinder, right, for the upcoming land cards. At which point, we will see, hopefully, some land plots either converted to that or more land plots coming online. Now, that wouldn't do anything to the DEC burn, but it would require what's that called? DEC to be staked on that. So that would be a good lockup too. But all in all, what I'm trying to get at here is as land becomes more complex over time, and it can be complex in multiple different ways, right? This is what I love about land, is that we can go wide, we can go deep, meaning that we can have, like, you know, way more volume or just way more participation in land. We can have it be so that there is more buildings, as I was talking about earlier. We can have it be where there's more resources that come in, and people just need to kind of divvy up and kind of decide what they want to go for, either be a specialist or a generalist, and essentially trade for what they need. Those are the types of things that get me excited for land, because if we're already burning 2 million DEC a month, like I said, I was kind of throwing shade at it earlier, but I mean, 2 million DECs a month is not bad, right? If we can get that to be 4, 5, 10 million DEC a month, I mean, now we're starting to really talk, and that's only going to come with A, more land usage, and B, more complexity within land, right? So as things become, as things become more valuable from land, both, whether the output that land produces, such as the resources, or whatever we can create from land, right, such as the land cards or all the different consumables that we have already, as that stuff starts to become more and more valuable. And I don't mean this in the sense of like, oh, okay, like I think potions are going to go up in price. That's not what I'm getting at here. But as people create, like, there's only a certain amount of aura that's being made right now. So as people shift to make different things with aura, whether that's, the wagons, or the repair kits, right, whether that's the fortune draws, they're not creating midnight potions, right? So at some point we'll eat through those midnight potions, or vice versa, we'll eat through the wagon kits, or whatever it is. So land is just going to be this very dynamic, complex system that I'm very excited about, because it's like an ecosystem within an ecosystem, right? It exists within the overall broader Splinterlands ecosystem that includes cards and SPS and all this. So I'm excited to see how that evolves over time. But to see that we are burning roughly 2 million DEC per month, again, it's not going to move the needle now, but it also is, in my opinion, something that represents a good start if we can get to a point where we start burning a lot more just due to the complexity of land and land evolving. So that's all I want to share with you guys in this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. That is all I have for you guys. I'll catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.